good to go.
Yeah, it was the right way we usually do it. You know, I was editing me out getting the book. Anyway.
Hey you!
Hey everyone! How's it going? I'm on Tom Cloud.
And I'm Ben Zucker.
And welcome back to Pro Amateur Writing Life with us. The
Yes.
collaboration.
We wanted to start off this time with talking about the challenge we did.
The last challenge.
Yes. What was the last challenge?
It was making a story your own, guys.
Story your own.
Basically like a movie remake, sequel. Mostly remakes, but you know.
My brother went to the library. Good place to go. And he saw a book called, I think, The Chocolate Touch. If I can find the title, I'll add it to the video. But basically, it was this kid who could turn everything he touched into chocolate. And that's pretty much just copying the Midas touch. However, they made it their own.
Exactly. It's kind of cool. I may or may not read it. Also,
I may or may not read it too, but it sounded
Yeah.
cool.
chocolate. And you don't have to take an entire story and just remake it. You can take elements from that story and just remake it into your story because it's yours at that point. Like, for example, if I were to make something up off the top of my head that's not involved in my book, because I kind of want you to read it, I would say, like, I would take elements from Beauty and the Beast, especially the Beast scene when she first meets him, and put that in a different book. That's completely unrelated, but when you read it, you're like, oh my gosh, this is just like that scene. Anyways, but it's my scene, my way of doing it. I'm not gonna say I already did it, but you know, maybe I did.
It's a very good point. Like, the more you read, the more you experience, the more you can definitely draw from other works. Whenever you're writing, don't feel nervous about doing that, because you can make it your own, and those who will read it will connect with it because it's an echo of what they've experienced before.
Yep, she said the same thing I did, but just a different way.
Yeah,
Interestingly.
as reiterating.
Yeah.
Another thing about making a story your own is when you are doing history, like coming up with a story from history and using it to make it your own. A lot of people will do that. In fact, it's like a whole subgenre, and Wantong has an example.
Like back when I was in junior high, I had one of my favorite teachers was my history teacher. One of the assignments she gave us was to write historical fiction, which is the name of the genre dedicated to fiction. And she's like, it can really help us learn history because we can see through the eyes of the people of the time, like what they were going through, and like the better that we understand them, the better we can actually write the story, and of course pass our tests, which I always did and I was amazing at.
And there's one of my favorite authors, her last name's Haddix, is really good with this genre, and I love reading her books. It's one of the first ones called Found, and it's very intriguing and twisty in her own special way, and intriguing. It helps you kind of see what it might have been like back then, but also is very entertaining.
Yep, sounds cool. You guys should read it. She always goes, when we go to a library, she usually checks out that author first.
It's true.
Just saying. So that was last challenge, the last challenge. So for this month, for the book club, we are still doing The Alchemist. What? It's a great book. It's really thought-provoking, even though it's so simple, but I feel like the most simplest things in the world really do affect us the deepest and gives us the greatest change in our lives. So I will be camping on the Facebook book club group, which will be linked down in the description below. Please join. I will talk back if you talk to me, and so will Ren.
So true. Now, this copy is so sweet looking because it has like the perforated pages. I don't know if you can see it. But the thing that's the best is the inside. And as you start reading it, you'll think that it's like a, oh, okay book. At least I did. But then as I got further in, I was thinking, this is so interesting. And then the end was like, what? So, read it.
Right. It's my philosophy that even though a picture may paint 1,000 words makes that picture stay in your mind. So read these words. There's more than 1,000.
So, next we wanted to go into the next challenge.
Next challenge, which is beta readers. What? Of which we are 2, by the way. If you guys ever need someone to read something and give you like some reader feedback, that's what a beta reader is. You're like, this is how we read the story. Is this what you were going for? Etc. etc.
Now there is a slight difference between an alpha reader and a beta reader. The alpha reader is someone who just gets the story bits by bits and it's not like a full story yet. And then the beta reader is someone who the story is complete and you're just like, here, read it.
It's true. Like alphas usually are authors themselves or writers themselves. You can find a lot of them everywhere, by the way. But like, they're the ones who actually are looking at your plot, like Ren said, at your characters. You can give them very specific instructions as well. Same with your beta readers, but with your alphas, like I said, they're looking at it as if they wrote it and what they would do to make it more clear for the reader. And then you have your readers read it to make sure that it is as clear as the alpha said it was.
So next we're going to talk about ways you can find beta readers, and as Monton mentioned, you got us.
Yeah, you can email us, or you can like comment down below if you want us to read your stuff, or the Facebook book club. You can say, hey, I need someone to read my book. There's so many ways you can ask us.
So now we're going to do a kind of story time, a new thing I wanted to try out.
Yep, trying it. Out on me.
That's right.
Let's go for it.
Okay, so these are kind of word jokes, and we're going to see if Wonton knows, but we're going to count to 10 before she says her answer, so you can have time to look at it too. All right, so what do you call a deer with no eyes?
A doe? I don't know.
No idea. You are close.
Okay. I don't know that.
Next one is, what do you call a deer with no eyes and no legs?
I have no idea.
Close. Still no idea.
Okay. How did you guys like it? Did you get all the answers too? Leave a comment down below. Like, subscribe, hit that bell if you have subscribed, and then tune in next week for how we did on the challenge.
Bye guys.
Bye guys.